Hey, how's it going? So I was playing my Sega Genesis the other day, and I was about to fire out my Sega CD, and um, the image, like as soon as you start up the Sega CD Model 1, by the way, as soon as it started up, it'll just freeze on the very first screen. Like it'll show the little outer space scene, it'll just freeze. So initially I thought it was just stuck or something, so reset it, same thing over and over. Then went and looked it up on the internet and saw a few forums and different things like that where it basically pointed towards capacitors. Capacitors probably messed up. So I already encountered this type of situation with my 32X, and they were basically like, a lot of the things I've experienced with my 32X in regards to I forgot what the particular thing was, but it basically was pointing to the capacitor issue. So I was like, all right, let me go see how I can fix this. So you see a lot of different spots where people are doing their capacitor replacements themselves, and then trying to do research and try to figure out which particular capacitors you need. Yeah, the references, the sources and stuff are out there from people that has done the repairs and things like that. But I mean, it was like a lot, and I was like, man, I want something a whole lot more simpler, a simpler solution. So I actually hopped on eBay, and then I did a search, and I came up with basically this seller who actually had capacitor replacement kits. They actually sell it for different systems. So they had capacitor replacement kits for Sega Genesis Model 1, Sega Genesis Model 2, Sega Master System, Sega Game Gear, Sega. At the time, they didn't have the Sega CD Model 1 capacitor kit or the 32X, but they also got it for other systems too, the NES and so forth and so on. So I actually messaged the guy, and I was like, hey, I see you got capacity kits for pretty much all Sega systems except the Sega CD Model 1 and the 32X. I was like, how hard would it be, if to gather up the capacitor and put them all in one kit, so it could be easier to buy and stuff like that. He messaged me back pretty much in no time. I was like, he'll start working on it, and I probably say about a couple days. He did it. He had all the capacitors together in the kit. So basically what it came out to, Sega 32X capacitor kit, and he has all of the capacitors labeled. And actually they got a video that came inside of here showing where to go to look at the video and things like that, and then capacitor kit for Sega CD Model 1. So this definitely took a lot of time out of my day. I mean, alleviated taking a lot of time out of my day by just being able to do a quick search. Came up with the whole capacitor kit on eBay. I was like, man, it's perfect. I just bam, bought them. So eventually I'm gonna try to go ahead and replace these capacitors in my Sega CD Model 1 and my 32X, and hopefully that fixed everything, get everything up and running. So basically, if y'all looking for capacitor kits, this is a good one-stop shop where you can just go look for whatever you particularly looking for: NES, Super NES, Game Boy, Game Gear, whatever the case may be, and you probably got a capacitor kit for it. I mean, worst case, if you don't have a capacitor kit, you can do like I did and actually send them a message and find out, hey, would you have time to try to come up with a capacitor kit for this system or whatever? I mean, I don't know how Plex in his time schedule is and things like that, but it's worth a shot. That's what I did, and bam, I got both of those. So yeah, go check them out. I'll attach his information in a link below, and hope it works out for you like it's worked out for me.